Okay, so this is from r/am I overreacting? The user is moonberry347. It's, am I overreacting because I want a divorce? It's labeled under relationship. Throwaway account, but I need to know that I'm not the ridiculous one. My husband of 4 years told me in January of this year he had a one-night stand. He would never tell me any details, who the woman was, nothing. I decided to stay. We have 2 kids together, and I have one from a previous relationship. We went to counseling a couple times, but he quit going because he said we could fix our relationship together. When I had our last child, we decided no more kids. 3 was enough. Originally, he said he would get a vasectomy, so I wouldn't have to because 2 babies in 2.5 years is rough on your body. Well, time came close to me having our baby, and he changed his mind and wanted me to have my tubes tied because insurance paid for it. It is not the vasectomy. Like an idiot, I complied. Well, now, fast forward nearly 2 years later, and he's going on about how I took his decision to have another baby away, etc. So yesterday, he came up to me out of nowhere and said that he wants to have a baby with another woman because I can't have any more. He, quote-unquote, needs a 3rd biological baby, but he doesn't want to get divorced. He expects me to stay while he has a baby with someone else. Because I have a quote-unquote baby daddy, so why shouldn't he have a quote-unquote baby mama? It would make us even. I've been emotionally manipulated and gaslit for so long, I honestly feel like my brain can almost make sense of his point of view. Once he realized how upset it made me, he said I should be trying to convince him that me and his children, are good enough for him not to. I told him I couldn't take any more emotional abuse from him anymore and wanted a divorce. He said I'm taking his children from him and many other unkind things. I'm just so exhausted from worrying who he's texting and talking to. OP has responded to a lot of comments. So the first one is God's Sin 1969. The sad part is you picked him, ... Unpick him as fast as you picked him, ... Just understand not a lot of men will want to take care of you and all your kids, ... Be prepared to be alone, ... And hopefully love will find you anyway, ... OP responded, I'm literally not worried about what another man thinks of me. What my kids think of me when they're older is what matters. The original commenter replied, 100%, you will be fine, ! Many exclamation points. Billy Mom Frey Downfall commented, this can't possibly be real. OP replied, LMAO, it is, very. This is just a simple version of things, there's so much more to it. That original commenter replied, I mean more like this can't possibly be real, that you're even asking our opinion on if you would get a divorce. Of course you should. It's not even a question. A_vocabulary_problem. Document every single thing you can remember. Dates, times, exact statements, list witnesses. You need to divorce this POS. He's manipulative, sounds like a narcissist to BH, emotionally and psychologically abusive. Sounds like he already got someone pregnant and has probably been cheating for a while. He's prepping you for the financial impact of being taken to court for child support for the baby with the other woman. He, in all caps, will blame you. He's already trying to blame you for his infidelity. Dude is disgusting. You're not overreacting. The original OP replies, he straight up said it was my fault he cheated on me. I wasn't meeting his quote-unquote needs, aka having sex anytime he demanded it. I was 6 months postpartum with our second when he cheated. My 2 youngest are 13 months apart and my oldest is 5. It's a lot for one person to deal with, but yeah, me not effing him and taking care of our kids instead was why he did it. LMAO. Once again, from A_vocabulary_problems, they commented, ask for alimony, child support, and daycare costs. Also demand first right of refusal in your custody papers. And then the original OP asked, what is first right of refusal? CJ_sleuth replied, it means that if it is his custody day and he is busy and can't be with the kids, you have first dibs to take them during that time, rather than him dumping them with whoever will watch them. It is to try to prevent your ex from leaving your kids with random people. Kooky_protection_334. Hell no. You should get divorced like yesterday. He's not right in his mind. You had a child before you met him. He wants a child with someone else while married to you? How's he even going to explain that one to kids and family? The original OP replied, his family will support him no matter what. His dad, grandfather, and brothers are all serial cheaters. All their wives stayed because their men, quote-unquote, take care of them, in his words. They're also physically abusive. He threw an apple at me one time and hit me in the face because he was mad at me. Other than that incident, he has not laid hands on me. Sometimes I wish he'd hit me rather than say the fuck up shit he says to me. That original commenter replies, sounds like you've got lots of good reasons to leave ... In the end, the only reason you need is that it is no longer working for you. You don't need to justify to anyone but yourself. You're the only one who has to live with him. Sounds like the whole family is nuts! ! June Plum 79 comments, I don't know if this is real, but if so, get a divorce pronto. This guy is an emotional abuser, a cheater, and a lying manipulative scumbag. Leave him so he can't work mind tricks on you and make you feel insecure. You and your kids deserve better. Good luck. The original P replies, unfortunately, a very real reality for me. Another commenter with -9 votes, Kitty WYETH. He wanted more children, and in his heart, he was not okay with raising someone else's child. Both of these things are fine and normal as long as you decide them at the appropriate time. Most people don't want to have their partner unilaterally decide if they have enough children. Glad he didn't get pushed into having a vasectomy he didn't want. And if we're being honest, most people don't want to pair up with single parents because usually people want their spouse to prioritize and capitalize, in all caps, their children first, and it brings the potential for a lot of unnecessary complications to life. He should really have come to terms with these things before marriage and had the good sense to choose someone free of obligations and who wanted the same life he did. He made a huge mistake, and now he should just deal with it because he waited too long and now there are children of his own involved. The original OP replied, there's so much more to it than this, LMAO. If anyone made a mistake, it was me. Believe me, I know this now. The next comment OP replies to is from JavaMan60FUCK with -39 votes. It says, sounds like you go from one relationship to another. You'll be married again a year after the divorce is final. The original OP replies, LMAO, no. First marriage and second relationship. Nice try making me the problem, LMAO. Additional _ninja_255. You might be able to get interim to help through a domestic abuse charity. The original OP replies, I have a meeting Monday with a local women's center. The next comment that OP replied to was real_cool_dad. He sounds insecure, exhausting, untrustworthy, and like he puts himself before you. Not a good partner at all! ! P.S. I think he's lying about the insurance thing. Insurance covered my vasectomy, and I suspect it would have covered his as well. The original OP replied, he is absolutely exhausting. The kids and I have to tiptoe around his emotions because he is screaming manic when he gets mad. Some of the dumbest shit sets him off, especially if my oldest, his stepchild. That commenter replied, then you know what you need to do. He sounds like he has the capacity to be dangerous. Most small, insecure men do. Be careful, but be sure to leave fast. It'll only get worse. The next comment OP replied to was from Lakeview121. Yes, he's a moron. Can you support yourself? The OP replied, no, I will have to rely on government assistance and family until I can get back on my feet. I will find a job, etc., whatever I need to do. It'll just take some time. That commenter replied, you'll get child support too. He sounds too stupid to stay around. The next comment OP replies to is from Kalashnikova Arms. Polygamy is a thing. That had -26 votes. The original OP replied, well, I understand, but when you go into a monogamous relationship, you expect it to be just that. That original commenter replied, true, but most men will want to add on because it's natural. Anyway, you got to ask yourself some important questions and let him know to respect you and your boundaries or things will fall apart. Get ready. And that comment had -29 votes. The next comment OP replies to is grumpy __G. Obviously not. Now you just have to accept that he isn't the one you thought he is, and you need to make a decision. Do you want this kind of life? The OP replies, "Oh no, I'm leaving. I made my mind up on that last night. I've been on my country's housing waiting list since I first found out he cheated. I have somewhere I can stay with the kids until I can get housing. It'll be hard, but I can't do this anymore. My kids deserve better, and I have daughters. I can't stay in a situation like this because of them. I can't let them think this is okay behavior." And that original commenter replied, "You are a smart woman. I wish you strength and luck for you and your children's future!" Exclamation point. Okay, the original comment on this thread is from material_Carmel9824. Okay, was he serious in wanting to get a girl pregnant? Open the conversation. Nothing via messaging or record of conversation. Get him to feel comfortable as much as it will eat you up. Get him to the point where he lets you know who it is or how far along he is wanting to try. Whilst you do that, get yourself in a position to leave. You've been single with a child before, you can do it again. Only if his cheating, I think you may be entitled to more from the divorce. And then RPG Noob 17, dude, not looking for a mistress. He's looking for a baby oven, while keeping OP as his babysitter and maid. Leave him, OP. The OP replies, "I've tried, he just yells and talks over me. There's no getting him to understand me. He thinks I'm an idiot." And that original commenter of this thread, material_Carmel9824, don't get him to understand you. Act like you want to understand more from him and proceed with divorce. The next comment OP replied to is from Kate Sith11. "This sounds so much like my brother-in-law. He was always going on about how my sister didn't have to work and how we provided for everyone, and that justified him being emotionally abusive to his wife and kids. Always went on about how it was his, in all capital, money too. Guy is pure poison. I'm glad you're getting yourself out." OP replied, "I was the sole provider for the first 2 years we were married. Things changed drastically in our relationship once he was making money and not me." A comment from Grumpy__G. "Keep proof of all the craziness. Points an arrow, talk to a lawyer. And if you want some fun, tell him you went to your gynecologist, the tubes weren't taken care of correctly, you can still have children, see how he reacts. He's a cheater and probably cheated again and got someone else pregnant." The OP replied, "He's from a family of cheaters. I shouldn't be surprised, but I thought he was quote-unquote different." Eye rolling emoji. Grumpy_GG, "Obviously not. Now you just have to accept that he isn't the one you thought he is, and you need to make a decision. Do you want this kind of life?" OP replied, "Oh no, I'm leaving. I made up my mind last night. I've been on my country's waiting list since I first found out he cheated. I have somewhere I can stay with the kids until I can get housing. It'll be hard, but I can't do this anymore. My kids deserve better, and I have daughters. I can't stay in a situation like this because of them. I can't let them think this is okay behavior." Material_Carmel9824. "How old are you? Can you reverse tubes tied? Do you work? How dependent on him are you? Do you think he has someone knocked up already and needs to tell it to you, ... You said his texting, ... OP replied, "I'm 34 and a stay-at-home mom. I have no income except $200 I get in child support a month from my oldest. He says nobody is pregnant and he's not talking to other women, but I just don't believe him. If she's not pregnant, I believe he has someone in mind at least. He said he was talking to her on Snapchat and he deleted it for like a month and got it right back." The next comment is from LAHOTEP. "Start getting things lined up to proceed with divorce. He sounds unhinged." OP replied, "These are just a few examples. LOL, my best friend got diagnosed with terminal cancer and he screamed in my face and told me I don't take care of myself and if I die, I would leave him alone with the kids like my friend was going to... ... like she had a effing option. She died 3 weeks later." The next and last comment that OP replied to was character_goat_6147. "Good grief, you already have three children and he is one of them. Unless being part of a harem is one of your life's goals, free yourself from this turkey and make your life and your kids' lives as good as possible. Do not let this jerk convince you to keep washing his socks and making his lunch while he knocks up a new chick and you pay the bills. Hold him accountable for the kids he already has." OP replied, "He will absolutely be accountable for them. He is the sole provider right now, and in his mind that makes him a great father/husband because the bills are paid, and I can't get him to understand there's so much more to it than that." The top comment was from LAHOTEP, which was, start getting things lined up to proceed with divorce. He sounds unhinged.